So, Sarah.
Have we started?
Yeah, we've started.
This is embarrassing.
No, it's not.
I'm so embarrassed.
Why?
Right now.
Why are you embarrassed?
I'm just not a very funny person.
Disagree, all right? I think we got something here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, Let's see
how we go.
I asked you to be a podcast guest.
You did? I don't know why.
Yeah, well, because I think that you're worth talking to. So what I have here is your resume.
Okay.
Right? Now, we got some pros and cons here. Let's go through them all and judge if you'll be a good podcast guest.
Can the mic hear me if I sit back here?
I think so, but it does have an arm, so that as long as you don't touch the actual microphone.
Okay.
There you go.
I feel like I'm on a radio.
You are? It is. Well, yeah, it's
I do listen to the radio every single morning.
See?
FIFA Fever Nick. People judge me for that.
Why?
I don't know.
Well,
they are kind of funny. They do segments I really enjoy, like on a Friday. They do like, is it amazing? So people call in and tell them these amazing stories.
Right.
And I like full get into it.
See, to me, that sounds like they're looking for content, and I know this because I'm also looking for content. I literally have a segment called the Segment Stealing Segment where I steal other people's ideas but credit them, so it's not theft. So we could do amazing stories. Do you have any amazing stories?
I absolutely do not. Like, what's something amazing that could happen in my life? Anyway,
there's heaps. I'm sure there's something. All right, we can circle back to it later.
If I think of something,
if you think of something, just jump right in, and it will be unnatural, but it'll be there. Right?
Okay,
it's all good.
Let's get back to my resume. Sorry,
yeah. That's all right. That's okay. It's gonna happen. All right, we're gonna bounce around, and it'll be fun to listen to. Hopefully, all right.
Okay.
You think it's gonna be shit, right? I've put that in the negatives. I disagree. All right. So
okay.
I want you desperately to prove me wrong.
All right.
No, prove you wrong. Prove me wrong.
You know I love being right.
Yeah, I know. So there you go. See, so positives here. You're talkative. Would you agree?
I am very talkative.
Good.
I do agree with that.
Good.
Negatives. I am a teacher.
There you go. See, so negatives. You're talkative. Because sometimes you don't shut up. But
you're right.
But that's why I want you here.
But you enjoy my conversation.
Sometimes, yes.
Okay.
Most of the time, yes. Right, but everyone's got their pros and cons, all right? It's fine, see? This is the warm-up phase. More negatives, you don't want to be here.
Okay, yeah, he literally asked me like, oh, you know, what brings you to my podcast? You know, why do you think that you could be on my podcast? And I was like, no, I literally don't want to be
And that's why it's like all good world leaders are only good because they don't want to be the leader.
Yeah.
Right? Because if anyone wants to be president, for example, then they probably shouldn't be.
I don't think I could be prime minister.
Why not?
I don't really know much about politics. But
you don't have to, you just have to be a good leader.
Circling back.
Yeah.
Josh did get me here because he bought me lunch. So that's kind of all it takes to bribe me.
You don't really know, but that's actually a recurring segment. Like Moss and I have ordered food here, like while on the show. Like, all right, let's get HSPs. We choose the sauces.
That's what when you messaged me saying you're coming over, I was like, yeah, let's do it mukbang style. That was what I was thinking. I was like, we'll eat and talk.
Yeah. But when you eat into the microphone, it's good for like 2 seconds for a laugh, but...
No, but you're just saying that you've done it.
No. Okay. So whenever Just Tom comes in, right, we do a gag where it's like, okay, open a can of drink or eat some chips, right? And it's just an extra sound effect that we do in live, and it's sometimes shit, sometimes I think it's funny.
It's ASMR.
Exactly, right? And it's very, very low-level content, right? I have no respect for ASMR artists.
Neither.
At all. It's shit. See, but no, you making those noises there, that's what the appeal is, I guess. I don't know.
Maybe.
Right?
Nah, I'm not a very big, like, ASMR person. I do like a satisfying video.
Yeah. But is that the visual?
Yeah. It's more the visual. I don't really like
sound.
When people are like... and stuff on the microphone.
Well, you just did it, right? So if you listen back to this, you're going to eel yuck yourself doing it and then immediately hear yourself go eel yuck as well.
Yeah.
Right? So all good resumes have a reference. So I'm going to call your reference here and it's going to be a previous guest.
Okay. Let's see what my reference has to say.
I hope he fucking answers because if he doesn't, this is going to be shit. All right. Let's take a listen. Come on, bro.
Who are you calling?
Hello?
Hi, Daz.
Oh, God.
Oh, hey, Josh. How you doing?
Hey, yeah, I'm doing good here. I've got a new podcast guest that you recommended here, Sarah, and she's put you here as a reference on her resume. So,
yes.
So, what things do you have to say?
I did not.
What thing? Oh wait, don't break the illusion. What things, good or bad, do you have to say about Sarah that could secure her spot here on the podcast?
Okay. Okay, well, she's one of the most dramatic people I know, so
There you
just
go.
get interesting stories out of her.
That's good. That's good. See, she actually said that she has literally nothing when asked about interesting stories. So.
No, we said amazing stories.
Okay. Fair.
Like nothing amazing has happened.
See what? Sorry.
Have you ever been on a night out with Sarah?
We have. Yeah, actually, yeah, we have been on a couple of nights out. There are some things that have happened. No, okay, yeah, maybe not directly affected by Sarah, but definitely her reactive nature to things that happened. And tell me I'm wrong.
All right, I'm not going to say that.
All right, what else? What else? Is there any? What about any negatives? Like, what's the worst thing about Sarah then?
Trying to figure out where to eat with her.
That is actually.
Excuse me, I literally messaged you and was like, "Do you want to go get Thai food?" And you're like, "Yeah." And half an hour later, we were eating Thai food.
Yeah, that's because we're on the same wavelength. It's a group of people. There's too many dietary requirements to fill.
Absolutely not. That is Joshua's fault. I will eat anywhere. Josh is the one that's like, "No, I don't want to go to the Indian restaurant."
Well, okay, look, it's not my taste. It's like I don't like that sort of food. I'll eat boring shit forever. We've been through this.
No, but like I'm fussy, but you are just next level.
Okay, I'm more particular.
Josh is bad.
Hey, fuck you, all right? You've got.
Josh eats like an autistic child.
Yeah, he does.
All right, I've got everything I want from you. Thanks for the answer. Bye.
I didn't say a single nice thing. Okay.
No, it's good.
I don't think I'm getting the job after that.
I don't know. Well, all right. Well, let's see. Let's do a trial run. Let's do an entire podcast as a trial to see if you are good enough to return in future episodes. I've got confidence.
I guess it depends on the viewers.
Okay, yeah.
And if they
on
want me back.
all three of them, and I'm one of them.
I would like all three of these viewers to comment if you want me back.
No one uses the YouTube version where you can comment. It's most of the analytics are all like Spotify and shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you can just message me directly on my Instagram, Barnzey Comedy.
Okay. Should I like put this on my story, like podcasting? No jokes. I don't even like.
You could. All right, and especially if I name it something just horrendous, it'll be hilarious.
That's true. We do think that I really do like social media, but I actually don't. Like I genuinely get embarrassed posting and things like that.
Well, why? Let's get into it. Let's go immediately dive deep into like.
I thought I was here to talk about something.
Well, you know what? You brought this up, and now we got to run with it because that's how this works. This is how. Look, just think of this as how we would just talk normally. The only additional bonus is that we can listen back to it later. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's the only I guess pro and con really. So.
I was just talking more about like. I don't even know now.
Okay, so like, what is it? Like, if you go, let's say you post something, right? Let's say it's a group photo on a night out, right?
I do like posting them so like people can see what we're up to.
Yeah,
but like posting on my Instagram page and stuff, I get a bit embarrassed.
Well, is it like a self-conscious thing?
Yeah.
Is it, yeah, but like.
No, anyway, I'm just kind of over that phase. Anyway, let's.
It sounds like you're not over it at all. Oh, this is good. This is. You know, clicks come in through the microphone as well. You got to do silent action.
Anyway, I'm going to digress this conversation.
This is good. This is going to be funny to listen to.
I was here to talk about something else.
What were you here to talk about? What was the initial pitch as to why I was going to have you here?
The initial pitch of why Joshua wanted me on his podcast is because we're here to talk about the Neighbours finale.
Right. So, you watched the Neighbours finale as it aired?
I did.
Okay. What did you think?
Did you watch it? You told me you were going to watch it before.
I did tell you I was going to watch it.
Did you say you didn't watch it?
I watched the important bits.
What bit did you watch?
Why don't you tell me about the finale and I'll confirm or deny what I know.
Am I allowed to spoil it?
Yeah, of course.
All right. If you haven't watched it, I guess it's up to you. That's your fault. Well, no. Okay. So the episode itself was average.
That's not good for a series finale.
It's not an unpopular opinion because I'm on a lot of Neighbours pages. Okay, that's embarrassing.
You loser.
I don't need your judgment. All right, now let's take a few steps back.
Okay.
To when I first got into Neighbours.
When did you first get into Neighbours?
All right, so I was maybe 12, 13, and I started watching Neighbours, and I was like, oh, I really like this. It's good. Anyway, and then I ended up watching all the episodes back to 2010 on YouTube. Mm-hmm. So I've seen all the episodes from 2010
onwards.
Yeah. However, I did stop around 2019 when Sonia died, because it just kind of got a bit shit after that. But I've been keeping up through my Neighbours like pages and stuff. So you could say I know a bit about Neighbours.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, so that's where my history comes from.
All right. So with a TV show that goes on for, I didn't watch it exactly. I was going to say 37. All right, how many episodes?
Oh, it was like 8,000.
8,901.
There you go, 8,901. I knew it was in the 8,000s.
Yes, which is fucking terrible. Like, if a show goes on for 8,000 episodes, there has to be some wavering level of quality.
Yeah.
Like,
look, the acting's shit. Like, I won't deny that. When I was younger watching it, I didn't really notice how bad it is.
Yeah.
But now watching it, I'm like, this is
it's
shit.
like you've got a new perspective from like everything, all other media and TV shows that you watch and consume, and it's like you can easily compare something from like Hollywood.
Of course.
Right? But also Hollywood stuff sometimes is just fucking terrible.
Well, I've seen a lot of the Marvel movies now.
It's funny how I say the word terrible and you immediately associate it with Marvel movies. Why is that?
No, I was going more on the good, that I've seen the
so
good Hollywood
what you're
movies.
saying is you're a fan of the Marvel movies, and that's how you should be characterized for the rest of time, as a fan of Marvel movies. Is that correct?
Okay, I won't deny.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to say I'm like you, a big nerd.
Okay. Oh, wow. Wow.
But I've started to get into them. For all the listeners, I watched Endgame before I watched anything else.
You were one of those people that didn't watch it and had no investment. You're just like, I'm going to watch this because it's popular.
No, I just got dragged along to the movies and I was like, this is all right. Actually, no, that's incorrect. I'd seen Ant-Man.
That's right. Actually, one of the first times you and I were ever both at the movies with our group was watching Ant-Man.
It was.
We ate a 1.25 litre bucket of popcorn in 30 minutes.
Yeah, when I eat popcorn, I actually went to the movies last night and I said to my friend, I was like, what you're about to witness when I eat popcorn is something magical. And she goes, what?
You just shove the whole thing down your throat.
The trailers had ended and I was like, hey, I'm halfway. She's like, what?
And I'm assuming this is not like a small or medium size. I'm assuming this is
This is the large size.
Popcorn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that. Every time I make popcorn here, I have to make 2 bowls. One for you and one for the rest of the group. It happens every time. And I prepare for it now because I know this is how it goes.
He knows.
Yes.
He knows.
All right. Well, back to trash TV.
Neighbours.
Yeah, I maintain that it's not... You say it's not very good as well. So why... What kept you watching it then for all that time? Like, the realisation of how...
Simple. Addiction.
But if you recognise something is bad, is it what? Just because, you've invested this much time into it and now you have to keep going?
I'd probably say the time of investment. But like I said, I did stop over the last few years. But then when they announced the finale... No, can I say... I did shed a tear the day they announced that it was ending, because it was more that the emotional support that it was there, like if I ever needed. Anyway, that's so sad. So yeah, we arrive at the finale week this week, and I was like, I've got to stay home every night this week to catch up on this week.
I don't think that was necessary.
It was. Anyway, let's fast track. We get to Thursday night. The episode itself was pretty average. They focused a lot on this character Jane, and she was a main character at the moment, I guess, but also back in the day. And then it did this love triangle thing with one of this old... He's a Hollywood star now, I think. I don't remember his name. They just did this. They ended up getting together, blah, 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 whatever. So the whole episode was average. This went for an hour and a half, by the way.
I know. That's part of my deterring... I saw it was a 90-minute special. Fuck that.
No.
I was fully prepared to sit there for 20 minutes, not for 90.
So for 80 minutes, this episode was kind of average. And my sister and I are sitting there this is really average. And every time they'd get a little bit emotional, they'd show Paul and Therese getting back together, or something about Carl and Susan, or the characters of today, they just cut to this these scenes of these older people who no one really even knew who they were. We're okay. And then Toadie, I'm not sure if you know Toadie.
I know. Yeah, I'm actually very familiar with Toadie.
Good, you'd know Toadie.
Yeah.
He was marrying this woman called Mel, and she was old. My auntie texted me saying, why is Toadie marrying a nonna? And I was I don't know. Anyway.
So I saw the wedding scene.
Yes.
So he's wearing purple Converse.
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious.
And did you see the dress?
Yeah, apparently. So I've seen everyone complain about the dress. I'm not very
Bad.
invested in fashion, but apparently that is the worst wedding dress ever.
It was awful. It was supposed to... I read it was supposed to represent a cowgirl? No, that's not right. No, that's not right. Sorry.
No, fuck it, let's run with it. It's meant to represent a cowgirl, and the word here is fact.
Anyway, look, it was just budget cuts, clearly.
You never cut budget on the wedding dress. I feel like that's a rookie mistake.
But anyway, so like the wedding happened, and it was like an odd pairing, but whatever. But it went into the scene, like they had the street party and all the old characters and stuff came back. And I will give Neighbours credit for this. The last 10 minutes of the episode, I was sobbing.
They just play that really sad musically, like play with your emotions and shit. Yeah. But it's like, it's without the music. Like, have you ever seen musicless music videos, for example?
Yes.
So if it was like that, where it's just like awkward shuffling and just like whispers and shit, and like the clicking and no music at all, a couple of birds, maybe some crickets, that would have made it infinitely better. I think. Just no sadness.
No. Okay. Did you even watch the final scene though?
That was like with the chapel and shit, was it? With the
no,
I didn't.
The street party.
No.
Okay, so. Oh, far out. All right. So Carl and Susan are in the house. Susan's trying to write in the book because they like made this book.
Right.
And
they stole that from The Hobbit.
Yeah. Anyway, I've never seen The Hobbit. Have been to Hobbiton. Anyway.
Yeah. Wow. Well, fake fan. All right. See.
And so Susan was like, Carl was like, "Oh, you coming outside to the party?" And Susan's like, "Yeah, I'll be there in a minute. I think I know what I want to write now." And then she goes, "Carl, I love you." And Carl's like, "I love you too," whatever. Anyway, and I was like, that's when the feels started happening. And I was like, oh, Carl and Susan, like after everything they've been through, with Izzy and just everything.
See, I know about Izzy because I did some research, and apparently didn't he cheat on...
He cheated on Susan with Izzy,
and Izzy
right,
got
like
pregnant,
back in the day.
right?
Yeah, Izzy got pregnant.
Yes.
But then Izzy came back for the season finale, dating Carl's son, Malcolm.
Okay, all right, that's some fucking... social juice.
Yeah. Anyway, whatever. Carl and Susan, they've made it to the end. And then so Susan starts writing in the book, and she did this like monologue that was just like made me sob. Like she's talking about Erinsborough and all the people, and then they cut to a scene where they brought back some people that had passed away, and like Sonia came back.
Literal like ghosts. They introduced ghosts into Neighbours. Like
no, but the whole episode, I was like, Toadie's getting married, and they haven't even mentioned Sonia, who he was like married to a couple years back.
Isn't this his third marriage?
Yeah, he was married to Sonia.
Yeah.
Dee went missing. No, they went car off the cliff.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, but she came back from the dead.
Right, of course. How can you say this is good? Oh, I watched this for 10 years. I love it so much. It's clearly trash.
Anyway, so she came back from the dead, cheated.
Yeah.
No, so Sonia and Toadie were together, like married. Dee and Toadie cheated. Sonia found out, watched it. It like got filmed or something. I can't remember.
Yeah, it happened. I know what it was. It was like a video call.
Yeah, it was a video call.
It ended, and then it just live streamed.
And then oh my god. Okay, this.
I told you I did my research. I didn't watch the finale, but I spent a long time looking up Neighbours law, and I have a surprising amount of weird information.
He knows a lot.
I do.
Yeah. Anyway, but so yeah, I was like, oh, are they not gonna talk about Sonia, because Sonia was his one true love. Like I stopped watching after Sonia. I loved her. The scene where she died. Oh god. Anyway. And then Sonia came back from the dead, like it was a ghost in the end.
It's so fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, but then they did the final cut where it was like Paul, Susan, Carl, and Toadie.
Yeah.
And then they went up, and then that's where Kylie Minogue and Jason Donovan were there, Scott and Charlene. And like they ended it really nicely. Then the big like balloon popped with all this confetti, and I was sobbing. And
it's like all sparkly.
Yeah. And then they went into like the final like song, but they mixed all the years of like the tunes together.
Yeah. So I think that's a massive nostalgia trip. Where
it was
like if you have a show that goes, was it 39 or 37?
37.
37. So if you have a show that goes for 37 years, you'd have to do something big. But the fact that there was 80 minutes of just garbage.
Yes. And then only 10 minutes of good.
Yeah,
and it was disappointing. But they ended it nicely, and I think they've left it open for if someone did want to buy it again, it could come back.
I hope it doesn't.
I hope it does.
I hope it stays dead. Done. That's it. Like, no more. But that being said, the history of the show, I think there's some hilarious shit. So I prepared an article here of like the craziest, weirdest, dumbest shit that they've ever done on Neighbours, all right?
Yeah.
So there's a plot line. I think it was either 90s or early 2000s.
Yeah.
Where, I say a plot line. It was an episode where the kids were like at the school were picking up rubbish, and one of them decides not to, and then plants a bomb in the dumpster to blow it up so they don't have to pick up rubbish, and it's like the shittest little explosion you've ever seen, and everyone's overreacting to it. Like the principal there is like, hey guys, take the rest of the day and next day off. Everyone has to recover from this traumatic event. The police are here investigating, and it all happened because like one student didn't want to pick up rubbish, so they chose to become a literal terrorist.
That's funny.
Right? That's one thing.
Do you know how many explosions there were on the show though?
Oh,
did you Google how many? There was a full explosion at the wedding.
I don't have a number. Yes, yeah, that's in there too. Like, and it's like a gas bottle.
Yes, it was a gas bottle.
Wasn't that at Toadie's wedding?
Yes, Toadie's wedding. Yeah. Extremely sad because Josh died. No, actually, was that the one? I don't remember. But yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure.
Right.
And you have to save Daniel.
There's a lot of bombings in Neighbours. like an act like
I know, I'm like, am I getting this bombing mixed up?
No, but there's heaps, alright? Now, this doesn't stop them from getting to more controversial topics, alright? So there's one where the character called Julie, this is from like you can see the clip, like it looks old.
Pre my time.
Yeah. And she accuses her Chinese neighbours of eating her dog. Yes, I watched the clip, it's real. So, like, one of the nosy neighbours comes up to her and she's like, hey, your dog abruptly stopped barking last night. And she's like, oh no, what happened? And she's like, well, you know, your neighbours, you know, the limbs, that's what they were called. Yeah. So the limbs, like, that's where the dog was last seen. And then after the barking stopped, I heard the barbecue start and I didn't recognise the smell of the meat. And then she's like, and she goes and confronts...
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
I did not know this.
Yeah, I thought you didn't know this. That's why I was like, bring it up.
Funny.
So she goes to Mr. and Mrs. Lim and it's like, hey, what did you do with my dog?
Oh my god.
Did you eat, like, did you barbecue? Like, cause, like...
Maybe this is...
I'll play the conversation, like, I'll show you, like, off while we're not recording, but it's a very funny clip. She's like, it's... Her head's at, oh, you ate my dog.
That is hilarious.
And then the other one's like, oh, you know, after... Like, no, the dog was just playing with our kid and then it was time for dinner. And she's like, dinner? And she took it as that, like, as
this
her
would
confessing.
Have to be pre-2000s.
Oh, yeah, it was. But, like, there was...
The show is a lot more... Yeah.
Like, no, but, like, I want a show like this. I like this better.
Yeah, that's
This makes
funny.
it just way more interesting.
That is funny.
Right? Now, for those who don't know, Neighbours is set in Melbourne, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's where it's supposed to be.
Yeah,
but,
we've got some international listeners, don't we?
Yes, we do have a few, but, you know, there's actually... No, when I check the analytics, there's someone in the US listen to it and someone in Germany listen to it.
Hello to our international listeners.
Now it's our listeners, yeah? You went from, I don't want to be here, to, hello, our listeners. Yeah, fuck you.
All right, this is the thing about me, and Josh knows this. I want his clout.
Okay, we'll circle back to it later. Yeah. There was a chance where I was going to get verified on Instagram, and you were genuinely mad. Like, you were
This circles back to the Instagram thing, how I don't actually care about my followers, but also...
But, like, numbers and verification ticks, they're everything.
I would go for some clout if Josh got it.
Well, if I get it,
we'll circle back to this conversation.
We'll circle back, right? Now...
How long is this Neighbours conversation going to go for? Our international listeners are not going to understand.
I don't give a fuck, all right? We talk about what we want to talk about, and if it's funny, we laugh, and if it's not, we keep going, all right? Now, Neighbours is set in Melbourne. Is Melbourne known for their tornadoes?
Absolutely not.
Okay, good. Well,
there were tornadoes.
There were tornadoes in Neighbours. That makes no sense. If it was North Queensland, perhaps.
Yeah.
But Melbourne?
Yeah, that's so true.
Never.
Some of this, yeah.
No, and it's just drama for the sake of, hey, we need something. Let's do something. You're right. But it's like, it doesn't make sense.
I have been to the street a few times. Sorry, I'm going
a few times? More than once?
Yeah, I've been more than once.
Why?
Okay, my dad took me one time. I've been on the Neighbours tour.
What's the Neighbours tour?
Stop.
What is it?
Calling me out here.
What do you mean? We went to a street and a cafe. That just sounds like a Saturday.
I went to all the sets. And I met some cast members. We went on the big Neighbours bus.
Wow, it must have been so extravagant.
I went with my cousin, and it was actually a very good day.
How much did it cost?
I don't know. They got it for a Christmas present. I can go back and show you a photo. I'm going to find a photo of me holding the Ramsey Street sign on Ramsey Street.
That's so fucking funny.
It's a bit embarrassing. You're really, like, no one knows this much about how much I've been into Neighbours.
This is good.
You're really
this is exactly... See, this fits in the pros category.
I'm really being exposed.
Yeah, that's okay, though, because you're exposing yourself, really.
Anyway, yeah, I know, I really am exposing myself. I'm embarrassed. Okay, here. It was in 2015. So...
I thought it would have been way earlier than that.
Here's a photo of me on Ramsey Street. recording the Ramsey Street sign. And here.
It just looks like you're on someone's front porch.
That is Carl and Susan's house.
I wouldn't fucking know.
Yep, that's... Oh, Dial Kyle. That's... He left the show.
Okay.
Yeah, see, I went to all the sets.
Holy shit.
Oh, there we go. There's...
Is it a set?
There we go. That's the cafe.
Okay, that's the cafe.
Harold's. And then Lassiter's was like across as well.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Look at this photo of Darren in this album.
off topic.
Yeah, sorry.
That's hilarious. You know, we don't really do visuals on the podcast. The only time we've ever done it was like where once I had to green screen myself in, and the other time was when just Tom and I were talking specifically about images that we were looking at and showing each other, so I put them up on the screen for the YouTube version.
Well, that's right. People will know what we're talking about.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah,
I wouldn't mind that photo of Darren being put up on the internet for
that would be very funny. I think he would hate that.
Yeah.
That's the
he
exact
has gone
reason.
through puberty like the most out of all of us.
Okay, I wasn't going to say that. I wasn't going to just do that.
You know what? He talks shit about me on this. I'm going to talk shit about
Go on.
him.
What negative thing? Not negative. What do you have to say?
If you just look at photos of him from like 2015, which I just showed you, how different does he look now?
Incredibly different.
Yeah.
But
so do you.
Yes.
I still image you as year 8 Josh.
And that is your problem, because that was 10 years ago. Right, and that's very telling. It's you know what, that's, I don't know why you keep saying it, because it's less telling of me and more telling of you that you just keep, whenever I say Josh, you think of me at 13. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Is that legal?
It's a bit weird. It's weird.
No, I have a video of Josh dancing.
It was a school project. And we had to do it. And also, you can barely tell that I'm in it.
The quality's really bad.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm glad. I'm very thankful that it is bad, but I do remember that project.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to Ramsey Street shit, right? Because I've still got plenty more.
Oh god, okay.
One time, almost the entire street gets on a plane, and then the plane crashes.
Believable.
Yeah, well, not really. So it says here... the plane crashes into the Bass Strait, killing off David Bishop. Does that name sound familiar?
Yeah.
Okay. His wife, Liliana, and daughter, Serena. So I think they just wanted to kill off a family for no reason. No one really cared about them, but still it was wild. Yeah, that's what it's... This article's written like it was like a Gen Z type person. No, seriously, like it's got swears and shit in there. Yeah, look, there were moments where people thought Susan Kennedy and Harold might have carked it. That's huge, especially when you consider that Susan is almost canonically immortal. So, like...
Who wrote this?
I don't know. I don't know, but they consider Susan to be immortal. Like, she's immune. It's like how, you know, when you watch a movie and you go, okay, that character is not going to die because they're important to the story, right?
Yeah.
Susan is one of those characters.
She is, though, and that's why she got the final line.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
It was her speech, you said, yeah?
It was her speech.
There you go, see? So they couldn't or they wouldn't. Maybe, do you reckon she got paid
Can I just play, like, a part of it?
Yes, if you...
Nah, it might be too long.
It might be, yeah. Because otherwise, if you're sitting here, just be like, oh, fuck, here we go. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But that plane crash, we're going to circle back around to it, because that was caused by one of the character's sons, all right? Now... Paul Robinson, the villain of Neighbours.
He has survived way too much.
Right. Now, apparently, the evil character of Neighbours has an evil son, right? Do you know what his son's name is?
Was that, I forgot the name, but I know who you're talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
Robert is his name. Therefore, his name is Rob Robinson. So, Rob Robinson, the evil child of Paul Robinson, right? Let me, list off, his crimes, okay? So apparently, he tries to kill his dad. He tries to kill everyone.
I remember that scene.
He plants a bomb on the Tassie plane that kills. So he's the one. He plants the bomb on the plane that causes everyone
You're really
to crash.
bringing bringing memories back.
Yeah,
to my
good.
brain.
So here we go. Terrorist, right? He tries to gas his father's girlfriend to death, then cuts up a secret recording to convince his dad that she was flirting with him, causing them to break up. He plants another bomb in his sister's car, and then he also ties up Paul Robinson in a mine shaft and then collapses it. And then also tries to shoot him later. The dude is also he's just straight up terrorist. Terrorist criminal. Right? So, the many deeds of... Nah, that's fine, it's fine. The Many Deeds of Paul Robinson's son is like... He's my favourite character.
Yeah.
I just want to go just like disrupts
but Paul
everything.
also should have died multiple times. You know he like had an amputated leg.
Did he?
Yeah.
Character or actor?
No, I think just the character.
Okay, why?
I don't remember the storyline. You have to look it up.
Is it possible that it's to do with the mine shaft? So if I assume the
yeah,
mine
I think
shaft
it
was
might have been
collapsed-
one of those ones.
Okay.
Or something. It was pre me watching, but I just know he had a wore a prosthetic leg. Yeah.
Fuck, didn't know that. There's an
Like
episode.
I said, Paul should have died multiple times.
Yeah, but I mean, if he's the best villain in the show, then you can't kill him.
You can't kill Paul off.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I've met him in real life. Stephen Dennis, I've met him.
Fuck.
He was on the Neighbours tour.
Oh.
I also met him at a shopping centre.
This just sounds like you're stalking him.
Neighbours did a signing at a shopping centre one time and it made Dad take me.
Fuck. Anyway, okay, wait. I got a couple more
I'm not
bits.
ashamed.
You should be, though. You really should be, alright?
I'm not.
Okay, so there's an episode where Susan gets amnesia because she slips on milk.
Yes.
And then thinks that she's 16, and then she's disgusted by her husband because he's old and disgusting, even though they're the same age, and she thinks he's 16. And it's just like, amnesia in soap operas, it's like, we're running out of things to do. Give this character amnesia. Because there's multiple instances of characters with amnesia on this that it's just shit. It's bad. I'll wrap this up because there's a few.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Characters getting brought back from the dead.
Yeah, that happened a few times.
Yep. Character who found Jesus the day of his wedding. I'll just skip that one. Paul murders Gus and burns down Lou's place just so that he can start Lassiter's. So just straight up commits arson.
Then he was going to sell Lassiter's in the last episode.
Was it? He was, or was it said? Was it a big deal?
Yeah, no, I think he's... Because they ended up staying. Oh, I don't even know. Yeah, I think he's kept it.
Right. Here's a harder one. There's a character called Rachel and her teacher fall in love. So they do a whole plot line about a student and a teacher having a romance, and this isn't even the only one.
Yeah, I think that happened a few times too.
That's a bit weird.
Yeah.
That's even if they're like, no, they're 18 legal, it's still fucking weird. It's like,
of course, it's not legal.
No, well, yes, that's fucking weird. Moving on. Apparently, there's a character that went on a cruise and then just never returned. They were just like written off the show. They're just on a cruise ship forever. Like that's it. They're just gone. There's an episode where a dog has a dream sequence. So they're just like, I wonder what
is that Bouncer?
Yeah, it is. Wow, like, so did you even know that you knew the name?
No, I just have a lot of knowledge of Neighbours, okay?
This is bad. I'm going off an article. You just know these things. What's taking up space in your brain? Delete this shit. You got better things you can think about, alright?
And you wonder why I don't understand world politics?
No, I know exactly why. Yep, Tony's wedding, where the bomb...
Which wedding?
Yeah, the second one.
All 3 weddings were a disaster. Well, actually, I guess this final one wasn't.
Well, that's because the show ended. If it didn't end, it would have been a disaster.
Something would have happened.
There's more teacher-student romances. Delta Goodrum, when she was on Neighbours, she released a song.
Yes.
And that was, like, canonical in Neighbours as well. Like, that was part of the story, and then it was also part of real life. So I guess maybe that's the only...
Neighbours produced a lot of stars.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
like a lot. Like Kylie Minogue, Delta Goodrum.
Did she get her start on Neighbours?
Yes.
I had no idea.
Margot Robbie was on it too.
Fuck. What? It's either that or Home and Away, where it's like those are
that's where, but that's where a lot of our like Australian actors and things they start off.
Yeah.
On Neighbours and Home and Away, and that's how they become. Yeah.
That's how they just become who they are with their careers. That's how it's like. It just kickstarts the career. Well, soap operas are bad, but you know what I think is worse than soap operas? Reality TV.
Yeah, okay.
Reality TV is fucking garbage, alright?
I disagree.
You disagree? Defend it then. Let's debate.
Do you know what my years consist of? So we'll start with like Bachelor in Paradise. Then we've got Big Brother. Then there's Love Island UK, Love Island Australia, The Bachelor, Bachelorette.
You need to watch better stuff. It is all the same level of just like... It's just drama, but it's like... It's not even good.
Have you watched Selling Sunset on Netflix?
I don't even know what that is. Okay. What is like...
Oh no, that's more like like it's not really reality. Oh, I guess it is. No, it follows the lives of these real estate agents who sell like massive properties in America.
And it's
like,
that good.
And it's like
TV?
a lot of drama. Yeah. Anyway, but I do watch a lot of reality TV. It's just good for the mind.
No, it's not. In fact, it is poison for the mind because there are 6 ad breaks between the same, between all the episodes, and it's just selling you garbage. So it's just there to fill up time slots on TV. I think it's not actually, if they released, right, a whole season of Love Island on Netflix, right?
I would watch it.
But you'd watch it all in like a day or two, and then you wouldn't think about it for like, because you'd be thinking of the next thing. Like, that's it, it's done.
I still follow like people from Love Island who were like on the previous seasons and things like that.
But you shouldn't.
I do. They pop up on my TikTok, my Instagram. That's how these people
Would you
become
say
famous.
that they have any value as a person because of Love Island?
Absolutely not, but I follow their lives.
Why?
Love Island is just good. Like they just like go for chats and you just watch people living their life. And
But
it's just
why
easy.
not? Why would you substitute that for just living your own life?
I can just sit there and be on my phone and just watch.
So you're not even watching it.
No,
You're on your phone. You're on your phone. What's the point?
No, it's just easy TV, and then there's drama to talk about, and like then similar people watch it with you, and you're like, oh my god, did you see what like Ekansu and Davide did last night? Like,
But have you noticed how dumb the other people are?
They
that
are
watch
dumb,
Love
but it
Island?
makes you
But
feel
you're
worse.
one of them too. You're the
I
same
thought you were
person.
talking
They're
about the
thinking
people
the
on
same
this
thing.
show.
No, I'm talking about the people you talk about Love Island with, and like fucking Bachelor and all the other shits. Yeah,
No.
it's like, you know what the funniest one is though? So my mum's favourite TV show is Love on the Spectrum.
Oh, I actually have never watched it.
Right, yeah, but she doesn't watch it. I was like, oh, it's sweet. It's the autistic kids, and they love it. It's like, no, she watches it because it's funny. She laughs at them.
Okay, well,
She points and laughs at the autistic people and goes, ha ha ha, because she thinks it's funny. That's her. That's why she likes it. Yeah, I'm not. You're looking at me like that. I'm not even kidding.
okay. Look, reality TV, it's just easy TV to watch. Like, my mind, clearly, look how much Neighbours that
Yeah.
I have. It's not very smart.
Look, listen,
We've had this conversation. I'm not that intelligent.
Imagine, right? Look, we can dispute that later. But imagine if you deleted all that information, all the reality TV,
I'd have
all the
nothing
soap
in my
opera.
brain.
Right, but no, but you've got all this space for like important shit. Yeah, like facts about things that no one else knows about. That
I know facts.
you know facts. What facts do you know? I'm putting you on the spot right now. Tell me a fact. There you go. See, nothing. Or there's pressure. You could have said literally anything, but the overwhelming amount of choices caused you to freeze up and say nothing, making you look dumb, proving my point.
I am
Checkmate.
dumb though. You don't have to prove anything. We had this conversation when we were driving up the mountain that I am not that smart.
Yeah, all right. Well, that was a good drive. The drive that you're speaking about is the one where we went on a ski trip recently.
Yes.
Right now,
The ski trip.
the ski trip. We've discussed it before, but now you get to
My
what did you
point of
think? Yeah,
view.
you get to your point of view. Like how did the ski trip go for you?
No.
What was
The
your
ski
experience?
trip, it was good. Like,
It was
I had a
good.
really good time. I do thoroughly enjoy skiing.
But
No, it was cold.
well, no shit, it's snow. What were you
Melbourne's
expecting?
just had a very cold winter, and then we just
What
went
do you
somewhere
think
even
winter
colder.
means? What do you think winter means?
Nah, look, the snow, it was a lot of fun. However, I thought Darren was depressed the whole time.
He was just sick.
He had the big C.
No, he was fine. He lived. He survived.
Yeah, and should we talk about how he got the big C?
No. We shall not.
No, so like the whole time I'm saying to Will, I'm like, what's wrong with Darren? Like, why is he acting like this? Turns out he just had COVID. Anyway.
Well, look, okay. There was also the fact
And
that
I
he
did not
was-
get it.
Listen. There was the fact that he was snowboarding, right? And we were all skiing. So whenever we would ski, he brought this point up. This was part of the calling out of you, where he goes, oh, every time that we'd do one run, and then, all right, let's move on to the next one, which is fine for the skiers, but that was your call saying, all right, let's do another one, let's do a different one. But because he's on a snowboard, we've got to do the transport between, which is just harder for him, and that's why he was taking so long.
He was slow.
He was slow, but also, we were on skis, he was on a snowboard.
No, I know. And then how we just ditched him when he got stuck down the bottom.
We talked about that. He had to get rescued.
Funny. Overall the trip was really good. I really do enjoy skiing.
Now, you declared when we were there that you would not return next year. Has that opinion changed since?
Yeah.
So you are returning?
Of course.
Okay.
I was just in a mood, I think.
You just...
Sometimes I just get in moods.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah. But then anyway, so like... we went out with myself, Will, and then Darren, Josh, and my sister and her friend. And obviously only myself, Will, and Darren had been recently. And I said to Josh, I was like, Josh, you're going to need lessons. Like, you're going to fall. You're going to hurt yourself. He goes, no, I'll be right.
I did fall and didn't hurt myself.
He fell multiple times.
Yeah, but I also got back up just as fast. I think there's some...
Are we going to tell the story?
Which one?
The one how you're like, oh yeah, I went down a black run. I don't want to give the punchline.
I think, yeah, so the way that the runs... I can't remember if we told it on the last episode with Daz, but I'm going to tell it again anyway.
Right.
So I split off...
Because now you'll get my perspective of it.
Yeah, so I split off from the group, and now I'm trying to... Basically, I'm watching YouTube videos to learn how to ski. I'm not spending $150 to follow someone around when I can just watch a 20-minute video and then be better than everyone else, which I want to make it very clear that I was.
No, he was plummeting down, no control whatsoever. Yes, he was faster, but he wasn't doing your, like, S's, okay?
Who gives a fuck?
He
I'm
was
there to
full
ski.
plummeting,
I
and
am
then-
there to ski. So I skied. I'm going to the Olympics next Winter Olympics, and it's going to be great.
You can't do skiing at the Olympics if you don't know how to zig in and out.
I know
They
how
go
to do
around
it.
the
I
poles.
just refuse. I was doing the thing where it's like Zs. You're saying S's. I was going even sharper than that.
You were not.
I absolutely was. And there is video proof. It's just being edited now. Because, you know, Daz and I are making the videos. Yeah, so we're still...
I don't even think I've gotten any of them.
No, there's some, I think. You've got to send me still... You remember the big run at the end? The giant mountain that I did?
No. Yeah.
Before the last day, it was like maybe 2 p.m. And there's a big mountain after we were doing family run a couple of times. I said, hey, I'll go down there. You film.
Is that on my phone?
It's on your phone. Because you film... I called you at the top of the mountain. And I said, hey, you film
Oh,
me.
yeah.
You've still got to send me that, please.
Okay.
Yeah, because I've got to put that in the video.
Okay, I'll get to it.
Anyways. Yeah. So on the first day, I'm skiing around. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm very beginner. I haven't skied in 5 years.
Yeah, so we like all went our separate ways because, yeah, Will and I just went off. My sister had a lesson and, yeah, Josh and Darren just...
I thought Darren was with you. Because I was by myself for 2 hours.
Yeah, no, I was just with Will.
Yeah, okay.
Actually, no, Darren was with us.
Yeah. Maybe you met him up at some point. Possibly.
Oh, no, Darren was with us because then when we met up, he was with us.
Yes,
yeah, okay,
exactly.
sorry, Darren was with us.
So I go off. I'm trying to find, you know, like beginner, maybe some intermediate runs just to practice. And I accidentally go down a very steep, dangerous hill. And I crash many times to the point where I have to, like, basically walk down the mountain because you can't really continue skiing if you're already on a slope. Like, it's very difficult. And we were still learning. So that's how I figured out the snow was so deep, because I was leaving like half-meter footprints. Like they were massive. And you know, eventually I recover, get through the run, all good, no problems, except I've still got to watch some more videos. Got to learn how to ski. So I'm sitting at the very top of the mountain. I'm watching YouTube on my phone, and then Sarah...
Yeah. So I'm like, Daz, myself, and we were skiing around. We're like, where the hell is Josh? Like, where the fuck could he have gone? And we're thinking, oh, he's probably dead somewhere, like, whatever.
What do you mean, whatever?
No, literally, we're like, oh, yeah, whatever. If he's dead, I'm sure we'll find him.
Wow. Some friends.
Yeah, anyway. And so we're like, and I turn around, and I'm like, hey, guys, look! There's Josh!
And I started waving, like, hey, guys, I see you too, because I recognise Will first, because he's the tallest.
Yeah. Josh is at the top of this mountain watching YouTube how to ski.
Yeah. We're already there. I'm already strapped in. I'm ready to go. I just need to learn, yeah?
So I'm like, what the hell are you doing? He's like, I'm learning how to ski. We're like, come on, we're going down this run.
Yeah.
And then we so Josh is like, all right, I'm coming, whatever. We go down, and then we took a wrong turn from the run that we wanted to be on.
Now, I was like, oh, guys, just before, I was like, you know, I just went on a terrible run, you know, let's avoid it. It was very steep, crashed heaps of times, you know, let's avoid it. And like, yeah, sure, no worries. And then we start going down a run that looks vaguely familiar.
But he doesn't point this out at the time.
Yeah, and I was like, it looks a bit, but maybe it's just me. You haven't been here for very long. Maybe that's it. And then everyone crashes on the way down separately.
Like, all four of us go, I'm plummeting. How far do you reckon I went down on the ground?
Oh, like a good, like, in the maybe 30s of meters.
Yeah, a good, like, 30 meters. I'm full on my ass, like, scraping my back against the ice, screaming.
Okay. So you're like, is my back red? And I straight up lied to you. No, it's fine. It was completely red. What was I going to say? I was like, oh no, it's sore. Just put some ice on it. You already had ice on it. There's nothing we could have done.
I was in so much pain. Anyway, so I'm like behind everyone though, and then you just hear me going,
just like screaming shit.
Plummeting down.
Then there was the guy who's like,
I was getting to the guy.
What did he say?
So I'm halfway down this mountain now, stuck. I'm like sliding down because I'm like, I cannot ski back down this. Will and Darren have like gone all the way down to the bottom. They just didn't even wait for us. And Josh was very lovely and waited for me.
Well, if someone's in trouble, it's my duty to stand there and bully them.
Yeah. Anyway, so like I'm trying to get back on my skis up this mountain, and then this guy comes plummeting down, falls, and then goes, I think I'm out of my depth here.
Like, bro, same.
Yeah.
After this guy, we get to about the halfway point of the mountain. And it's like, oh, I've been on this one. It was really bad. And then Sarah just looks at me like, you didn't want to say before? I was like, I didn't recognize. But you know what I did recognize? Those are my footprints from earlier. They stayed there. And it had been, like maybe an hour maybe 2 hours.
More, yeah.
And they were still there. I was like, oh, yeah, shit, that was me. We shouldn't be down here, guys. This was really bad.
So we're stuck on this black run on our first day. We've been there for not very long.
It was fine. I think we survived.
I almost died.
Almost, keyword.
At least I'm not in a knee brace.
Do you want to talk about that? You want to just go sell her out? Sell her out.
My sister, clumsy, knew this was going to happen. I said to her, you need to make sure you get lessons. You are going to hurt yourself. Like, you are clumsy. She goes,
I'll be fine.
Yeah, she's a tight ass. Yeah. Anyway, I'll be fine. She pays for 1 2-hour lesson. So really, she just learned how to get on the skis. Anyway, met back up with her after her lesson, whatever. She's done a couple runs. She's actually all right at it. And then so we go down this run that was, I think it was blue.
I think it was blue, yeah.
So it was like the intermediate.
Yeah, it was the middle one, yeah.
And she did it the first time and it was good. And we're like, all right, cool, we'll do it again. We go down this run. And I go ahead of her because I was like, I don't want to get caught behind you because like I'm going to fall, whatever. Anyway, so I'm at the bottom of this run and Will's like halfway. Anyway, so I'm there for ages and I'm like, where is she? Anyway, so I'm waiting, and then this lady comes and goes, oh, your sister fell back up the top. She's like crashed into a tree. And I'm like, oh my God, like, is she okay? And I can't get back up this mountain. I'm at the very bottom.
Yeah.
And
I thought you saw it.
No, I didn't see it happen. Will heard it happen.
Okay.
And he said it was not good.
If you hear an accident happen, that is
Will was like, I heard the bang and her just yelp, like scream. Yeah, anyway, so she's like gone plummeted down, hit her, she's tried to avoid this tree, but she's like hit her knee in doing that. And she was there for a while. Anyway, she ended up walking back down the mountain. She was okay. And then we went back up and we ended up doing another run. We went all the way down. Then we went across this big chairlift. We ended up back at the car park. Then we had to go all the way back on the bus. Then she had to go all the way back up to Grimace.
Yeah, there's a reason you're detailing all these travels. It's because of how injured it's probably aggravated the injury.
Yes. So, like, she seemed okay. We're like, oh, she's fine. Anyway, we get back to the hotel. So she's done all these travels. We get back to the hotel. We pull up her pants and the swelling was just insane. And we're like, oh no.
Like, this is like, we might need to call an ambulance.
Yeah, like bad.
Yeah.
And we're like, no, all right, whatever. We'll just see how she goes overnight.
And then she couldn't walk.
Yeah, she couldn't walk the next day. Missed day 2. We get back to Melbourne and turns out she's torn, not the ACL, a PCL.
PCL, okay.
PCL. And she's in a knee brace for the next 4 months.
That's rough.
From one day of skiing.
One day of skiing. She shouldn't have come.
She said it hasn't deterred her.
That's good, actually. That's actually very good. That is the correct attitude.
Yeah, so...
It's just unfortunate.
She's all right, but...
But incredibly
You know what, she's quite happy because she's in year 12. And for our international listeners, that's our final year of schooling.
What do you mean? Wait, hang on. Pause there for a sec. Everyone finishes high school at year 12.
No, in America it's like senior school. I don't know if they call it year 12.
They don't call it year 12, but it's still year 12.
Well, I'm just explaining what year 12 is.
Okay. It's pretty
All right, we do this thing called VCE.
Yeah.
All right, whatever. We have to get an ATAR score for marks and stuff. Yeah. Anyway, now because she's hurt her knee, she can claim this thing called C's. Mm-hmm. So she gets like special consideration for her exams and stuff. And that's what she's really happy about. So worth it.
You could probably fake that injury instead of actually getting injured.
No, because she needs like proof.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's literally in a knee brace.
Okay. Yeah, but the knee brace, you could fake the knee brace. It's just like, I guess, the doctor's notes and the x-rays and shit, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So
good on her then.
She gets special consideration.
There's some benefits to horrendously crashing on a ski trip. That's all right. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do a lot of good group activities.
We do a lot of group activities.
We're trying to get more different things, like trying new things, because like as a group, like our group's only really been hanging out for like what, 2 years, 3 years.
No, like I'd say the group that we are now, only like 2-3 years, but like for example, Josh and I have been friends since year 8.
Yeah, which is 10 years.
Yeah, 10 years. You know, I've been friends with Kelsey since grade 2. Darren and I have been friends since year 10. Rachel and I have been friends since year 9 or year 10 as well. So like we've been friends with all the same people.
Yeah.
For a very, very long time.
But never, like, really all together.
Yeah, the group was a bit different in high school, but after school, we all came together and we're a really solid group now.
Isn't it interesting, like, how, like, friend dynamics change, especially after high school? Like, when you're in school, like, everyone's forced to be there, essentially.
Yeah.
So, like, that's where friendships come. But as soon as you're not forced, that's where you really find out, not who your real friends are, but, like, I guess, who your real friends are. Like, I think that's interesting, like something that everyone can relate to. Like everyone notices they'll drop off. Like the people, do you know any people, don't name anyone, but do you know anyone who like peaked in high school, for example? Can you think of anyone? Like they were at their absolute...
There are people who like to think they did.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a bad thing if you peaked in high school.
Yeah, it is.
Right? So, if you really did everything, they hold on to high school and like those memories, and it's like, that's who they are, high school, right? But for people like we've been progressing like adult careers or like just moving on, but it's the people like in that high school mindset of like, oh, you know, everyone has to be my friend, I'm the star here for this, blah blah, this, that.
No, we're not like that.
No, not at all, because I think we are better than those people.
Look, we are a really solid group. Like we do a lot together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like everyone, like groups go like movies. That's pretty basic. Drinking up, going to clubs.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. But we've got a good event coming up in November.
I cannot believe I'm going to this.
Yeah.
And it's
like,
the night before Justin Bieber. So
so it's you got a double whammy.
My ears are ringing the next day, and I can't hear Justin Bieber.
You'll be fine.
No, you're dead to me.
You'll be fine.
You're dead to me.
No. It'll be good. So earlier in the podcast, I think maybe episode either 14 or 15, I pitched to Moss and Daz that it was like, hey, there's a metal pirate concert that I want to go to,
God.
And I somehow managed to convince everyone in the group to come with us. So there's like 9 of us going to this, just like the pirate concert.
We're all going.
Everyone's going.
Liam, Matt.
Yep.
Like Kelsey. Is Tom?
Yes. No, Tom is not.
Oh, okay.
No. So it's
I cannot believe
it's gonna be good. It's gonna be fucking good. So look, you were very enthusiastic about their music. I was surprised. At how much you actually enjoyed it, because I thought it would be like, no, this is shit. What are you doing?
I like to try different things.
Yes, but this is very out there. Like when I was introduced to this band, it was as a joke, and I was like, you know what?
No, but this is like a joke to me too.
Yeah, but what if you get into it?
I'm just gonna dress like a pirate.
Yeah.
No, it's just funny.
It is. It's good, and it's different. It's like it's a bit of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be a good concert. And there's going to be an episode about the concert as well.
I guess I'll be on that episode.
Is that a declaration that you're officially returning?
I may return.
You may return?
Up to the listeners.
Yes, up to the listeners. I get no listener feedback. Actually, no. It's in person. There's nothing digital like with like.
All right, well, we'll see how the views go. If people turn it off.
Yeah, well, I'll show you the views, and maybe you'll set your expectations.
You're going to have to like really give it a good name to get people to watch it.
Normally we don't brainstorm what the name's going to be for the podcast, but based on what we've talked about, do you have any ideas?
If we name it Neighbours, no one's going to want to listen.
30 minutes of Neighbours. The Neighbours special.
The Neighbours special.
The Neighbours special. Maybe something completely clickbaity. Maybe something about...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It needs to be clickbait.
All right, good.
So people will sit through 30 minutes of Neighbours.
I'll find... Well, and this will be the reveal that it was clickbait.
Yeah.
Clickbait,
gotcha.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. There'll be something about...
Best guest speaker ever.
No. No, we'll get in trouble if we call it something like bombing the school.
Careful, I have a career that
yeah, I know. All right. I'll think of something like based on like that list of just all the weird fucked shit that's happened on Neighbours.
Okay.
I'll find something.
All right, you just got clickbaited.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What if it's just called you just got clickbaited? That's been the meta segment of the podcast where we discuss things about the podcast on the podcast, and it's never really good, but it's fun for us while listening, like while talking, while listening. It's a bit shit. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Going back to, you were talking about the group and like going into like adult jobs and things and stuff.
Yeah.
What's your adult job?
Okay. I would actually argue that being a comedian is not an adult job in the slightest, but it's like what that opens up. So like that could be talk shows, that could be TV show appearances, which I've told you before, but I haven't told on the podcast. I was almost on TV in like a type of comedic sort of role, and I could see you like realizing. I
thought
now,
we wonder if we're going to digress.
Yeah, of course. I know.
I was waiting. I was
going to bring it up when we were going for reality TV.
Yeah. I know it didn't come up, but
it didn't come
I
up.
was waiting for this.
Yeah. So as you know, I was almost on Beauty and the Geek twice. One season after the other. Okay. And
sorry, I almost just spat out my water. Every time we bring it up, it just...
It's so funny to think about. So the first time, I was like, okay, you keep considering me as some sort of nerdy, geeky guy, and I can easily...
This is where I was trying to get the conversation to go.
Yeah, I know. But now it's all right. We've found a way to come back to it, and now that we've addressed it, that's like ruined that segue, but we'll just keep going conversation as if it's natural. Yeah. Right? Okay, so...
This has come in naturally.
It has. So...
Is this a camping table?
Yes, it is. How dare you out my set like that? This is a professional setup. How dare you?
This is what you get when you're poor.
Yeah. Oi. Where are your 2 microphones and computers to record garbage like this? Yeah? That's what I thought. So, Beauty and the Geek. I applied for it with the idea of pretending to be someone else. So I picked the nerdiest guy I knew, our friend Just Tom.
I would not say he's nerdier than you.
Then you don't know him very well. He literally, like, his job is quite nerdy. Like, he's doing coding and consulting.
I don't think that's nerdy. I think that's very smart.
Yeah.
I guess that's being nerdy.
That is kind of, yeah. Like, you've got a very vague definition of nerdy. Yeah? Like,
Josh is nerdy. He wears nerdy glasses.
Get fucked. I've got bad eyesight. Fuck you. I'm going to get a laser just to spite you. I was going to get a laser anyway.
This friend we're talking about, he's so political and, like, just has so many opinions. I just don't picture him as extremely nerdy, but that's just because I picture you nerdy.
Yeah, I know. So I am the standard. For some reason, there are heaps of people worse than
Have you seen photos of yourself?
Yes, I have. Like
he doesn't even know how to smile.
Fuck, I know how to smile. I just don't because
anyway, we're going off topic.
There's no one to make me smile. Yeah, everyone is garbage, and I recognise it, and that reflects in my face. All right, no, it's that looks like I was like attacking you. That wasn't an attack, but perhaps maybe it was. You'll never know. So, I was pretending to be a geek for Beauty and the Geek, and I was doing very well because I was pretending to be Just Tom. So I was dressing like him.
We're naming.
Yeah, I know. I said he's on the show. We call him Just Tom on the show. Yeah, that's the thing. There's aliases. Maybe I should have told you that at the start.
Maybe I should have just listened.
Yeah, maybe you should have just listened. Yeah.
Called it out.
So I was dressing like him. I was talking like him, and I got through all the stages so fucking easily. Like it was ridiculous. Like it was like they were rushing through, and it basically got down to a coin flip of if I was going to be on the show or not. And I didn't get it. So we all did a group watch party of the first episode of the season when it came out, trying to figure out who was me. And did we come to a conclusion, or did we narrow it down to just 2 people. Because there are people that fit what my profile would have been, and then there are people who, like, could have been but weren't. Like, there was one person where we were like, hey, that would have been me. Do you remember?
No, I don't remember.
Don't remember? Fuck. See? Reality TV. Garbage. That just fills in my point. See? It's not even worth remembering. Do you see my point? Stop watching reality TV.
Shut up.
It's garbage. You don't even remember the important things. This is something related to someone who's a very prominent figure in your life, alright? I am very important, you see? The face that you're giving me right now, I'm glad that only I can see it.
I don't even know if you make my top 10.
That's good, that's good. So, the first year failed, so the second year, they contacted me before like any sort of auditioning, and they go, hey, yeah, you got really far the first time, you want to come again? And I got all the way to the live audition, all that shit, and then I think I didn't do it as well as the first time, and they figured out I was bullshitting, so I didn't progress through, and that was disappointing, because I would have very liked to fool everyone on TV by just lying.
Again, I was there for his clout.
Ah, yeah, see? And yet I don't even make the top 10. Fuck you. Fuck you. You're there for the... You know what? You're getting none of it if I get the cut. You know what? If we're ever in any photos, I will intentionally blur your face.
You're a dick. No.
I gotta get into the top 10 somehow.
You make the top 10.
See? Done. Effortless. Now top 5.
Hey, top 5. You gotta be one of my bridesmaids then.
I will wear a dress if I get in the top 5.
Oh my god, you all just heard that.
This is a declaration. I will be one of your bridesmaids. That would be hilarious.
Could be a good gag.
It would be. It'd be very funny. Commit to the bit. All right. Any final word? Anything you want to discuss that we haven't? Or we've covered everything we want to talk about.
Yeah, we have covered a lot.
See?
I was in the shower the other day thinking about like what I do want to talk about, but I didn't write it down.
See, I told you you got to write any ideas that you have, regardless of how dumb or smart. Write them down, all ideas, yeah? Because you can look back later and be like, oh yeah, there's this, and then sometimes you'll have a follow-up idea, and then you'll be able to bring it like this, and we wouldn't be stuck here where I'm just like filling out time with words.
You said 1 hour.
I did say 1 hour. I know, but we didn't immediately start. There was that bit at the start that I have to like...
No, I think that we started at the start.
Oh well, fucking hour, 1 minute, big whoop. Fuck you. How dare you call out the time on the podcast? I was trying to wrap it up. I was trying to wrap it up. And what? Aren't you thankful that you were?
I have had a fun time.
Good. That is the intention.
I have had a good time. Look, we do have a lot more we can talk about. I mean, there's the Queensland trip. There's the nights out.
I don't think I've ever really talked about the Queensland trip, actually.
You've never talked about the Queensland
trip?
Maybe
I did. I think I talked about the plane ride.
Do you want to hear that plane ride from my perspective?
No, you know what? No, that's it.
I ditched.
You know what's going to happen? We're going to save that for next time, and I'm going to put it in the folder, and then if you want to talk about it, you have to come back on the show, all right? That's it. The podcast is over. Go home. We're done.